Hello, I'm Carsten Sauger from Digital Radio Germany, and I would like to give you an update on what's happening in Germany currently. So here we go. Currently, we have about 260 DAB Plus programs on air. Most of them are simulcast, but there are more than 65 DAB only programs in Germany, and they're growing almost every week. And there's lots of programs coming in this fall. I show you in a minute. These are figures from last year, from last fall. 76% of all Germans know the term digital radio. We do hope they know the term DAB Plus as well, but was the question asked, digital radio. Also from last fall, because we don't have any newer figures, are these general figures about how many households have DAB Plus radios. Currently, it's about 1/4 of all the German households, they have DAB Plus radio. A big increase from 2018, which at this time was only 17%. Let's have a look at the homes and the cars. There are 8 million devices in homes as of September 19. There are almost 6.5 million cars. And if you look at the growth of DAB Plus in homes and cars, you can see that the major increase is coming from the cars here, from 4.4 to 6.5. And we do think with the EECC coming, there will be a big change, another increase coming up. Let's have a look at the network. As you know, ARD and Deutschlandradio are using public money. They are investing heavily into new DAB Plus broadcasting towers. Deutschlandradio has now 138 towers, and they are aiming at 23 new in this year. So they will almost make 160 at the end of 2020. ARD is also investing heavily, but the current number of new investments is not final at this time. Also, there will be a second national program coming by fall. I'll talk about that in a minute. And they will air via 70 towers in metropolitan regions and also along highways, meaning there's another 70 towers coming up. Sometimes they'll be used together with ARD and Deutschlandradio. Sometimes there'll be new towers built. Let's see how many towers are there. 98% of the area of Germany is already covered. The mobile outdoor reception is 98%, and indoor reception is about 91%. As with everyone else, of course, it's the valleys here at the Alps, or especially in northern Germany, where not that many people live. There's still quite a few, but not that many lacks in reception. But we're doing very well currently. There is another regional network coming. It's called the second national Mux. They will start in September 20. If there is an IFA, which we don't know yet, it'll be around IFA time, so about the 5th or the 6th of September. There have been legal problems. They are now being resolved. And there are two companies, Antenne Deutschland for one, and National German Radio. And they are together bringing new programs to the market. It'll be up to 16 new national private radio stations. Currently, you only have 13 private and public radio stations on the first Mux. So it'll be a total of up to 29 new programs being aired nationally after December 2020. Also with private radio, there's been dynamic reconfiguration. I know the Norwegians have done it, the BBC does it now with private radio in Bavaria, because they have 5 FM regions and only 3 DAB Plus capacities. And what they do is they rearrange the DAB Plus capacity every half hour to rearrange the programming. At the end, they are still able to broadcast regionally and locally in 5 regions, as they did and still do with FM, but they only have 3 DAB Plus capacities. Let's talk about cars, TPEG, and services, and I'd like to elaborate firstly about how the German car market works. It's quite different because Germany is the country of the makers, and you cannot really compare it to other countries. First of all, car imports or the power of importers, they don't have much of an influence regarding options and pricing. The Germans do mostly buy German makes. By that, not necessarily the consumer builds up pressure, but it's the manufacturers that rule the market. And also, this is for one, the manufacturers that rule the market. And secondly, Germans are still willing to pay for every extra option, and they love to heavily customize their cars. So, for example, if you want to have a DAB+ radio in your car, you have to pay 100 or up to 600 euros surcharge. And let me say this very clearly. If you order a car from a German manufacturer, a car radio is not included. You have voluntarily add a radio to your new car. It is not included. As of now, about 54% of all the new cars which are line fit have DAB+ included, which is a good increase. There is a national TPEG service available by the 9 ARD radio stations, and the 9 of them, they cover all of Germany. And of course, public radio mostly supports all of the DAB+ standards. Let's have a look at the EECC in the market regarding radios that are being sold for homes. 2019 was slightly better than the year before. We had a small increase. Currently, from January till the end of March, figures are again very good, but they are not increasing as fast as they have been increasing the years before. This was, of course, before Corona. Last year, about 1.5 million DAB+ radios had been sold. It was 1.4 million in the year before. Now to the legislation. The EECC with cars is well communicated, no problem. Everyone knows what to do. There have been a lot of questions from the manufacturers of home radios, companies like Sony, JVC Kenwood, Panasonic, Technisat, Hama, and they're like Pure. They wanted to know, what they can offer, what they should change. And there's an English paper available regarding the German market. It's being distributed by World DAB, and you can ask World DAB to send it to you if you want to have your product on the German market. In order to inform the industry, we have a new download section. It's for the trade people, for consumers, and of course for broadcasters and for the manufacturers. Let's have a look at the page for manufacturers. As you can see with the blue arrow here, we have a German paper on the new law and legislation for download available on dabplus.de. A very quick info on marketing. What we do is we have cross-media marketing. It's on air, online, and off air, and we do it 3 times a year: spring, summer, and in the winter. Currently, the spring is running, the campaign is running. So we have TV spots, radio spots, we do radio reports. In online, we do, of course, newsletters and DAB+.de and social media. And of course, we have a lot of training and retail branding of stores with the DAB logo. And of course, we are at events like IFA and regional trade shows. I'd like to play at the end the new radio spots for you. We have different formats. This is only a very short example. And let's start with the info spot to begin with.
Radio begleitet unser Leben in ganz alltäglichen Momenten und in außergewöhnlichen Zeiten. Täglich berichten wir zu den aktuellen Entwicklungen in Ihrer Region, sprechen mit Korrespondenten aus der ganzen Welt und mit Ihnen, unseren Hörerinnen und Hörern. Hören Sie uns digital mit DAB+, dem Radiostandard von heute. Achten Sie beim Radiokauf auf DAB+.
DAB+, mehr Radio. Informationen auf dabplus.de.
This is, of course, the info spot that aims at information services. We do have another format, and with many more formats, just to give you an idea how it sounds if we do a urban dance spot.
Radio begleitet dein Leben.
In ganz alltäglichen Momenten und in außergewöhnlichen Zeiten.
Mit News und Updates aus deiner Region und der Welt.
Mit Lifehacks, guter Laune
und dem Besten aus den aktuellen Charts.
Hör uns digital mit DAB+, dem Radiostandard von heute.
Achte beim Radiokauf auf DAB+.
DAB+, mehr Radio. Informationen auf dabplus.de.
So thank you very much for your time, and thank you, the Netherlands, for letting us use their sound beds. This is a perfect example how companies and, of course, countries work together within World DAB. So thank you for letting us use your ideas and your music beds, and we're already airing the spots having been adapted from your idea. So thank you very much.